This is just about the KO. I mean, like, I don't think that I can fold here, so. Let's run it. Take the 8, take the 3, take the 6. That's not any of those outs. Did I fuck something up? Like, is this like about to be on the money bubble or something? No, we're in the, we've already cashed. We're good. I'm like, I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't on the bubble before I press call. So like, if this guy's looking at this and he's like, wow, you were thinking about, you know, folding 6s or slow rolling me with 6s or something. I was like, I'm just making sure I'm not on the bubble. That's all. That's all I was doing. I wasn't slow rolling you. Had nothing to do with you. It's just making sure, like, you know, and this graphic I think means we're in the money. So I should have just known that, but I guess I'm going to 3-bet. It is the bubble. Okay, I guess I don't have to worry about it. Nice. There's just too much house. We had like, I don't remember the number of bedrooms, so I'm just going to make something up, like 6 or something. But it was just like, they were all empty. You know, we had like, we had 3 living rooms. It was just ridiculous. And I'm just like walking around and I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing with all this space? Like, it's actually, and it was a pain in the ass, to be honest. That was more headache than anything. Do you know why? Because we felt like we had to fill it up with furniture. And I was like, I'm just renting this fucking house. So if I fill it up with furniture, then I'm going to feel obligated to buy a house just as big as this one. And actually, this sucks. So I don't even want to do that. So yeah, so having rented that house first was probably very helpful in my deciding that that's not what I want. Sweet. Easy, easy, easy. For most people, I would say that the seminars are the place to be. This is going to be, I don't know if I can 2-bet. I don't know if 2-betting here is better than calling. We're going to 2-bet anyways. It kind of sucks when I get jammed on with this hand, but I don't think it sucks enough not to do this. And this is going to be my play with like ace jack, queens, kings, aces, etc. And it might suck enough not to do that. Like, maybe it's better to do that with, like, on occasion without the heart. Maybe with the heart I should just be calling. I don't know. I don't study that much of that scenario. Like, that scenario doesn't really exist. It's funny that it came up because that scenario is, like, one that really doesn't happen much at all. So I open from early position. I get flatted by early position. We don't go 3 ways. Or get squeezed. So I would check raise here ordinarily, but given that we're on the stone bubble, check raising feels... I feels like it should be a more polarized range than this. I chuckled because like the range of hand, like the subset of hands that that player actually wants to do that with is so fucking narrow, and the way that they could bluff is so fucking wide. That's why I laughed. I was like, well, if you have it, that's fucking hilarious. Like if you actually have it, because it's so easy to be bluffing. It's so much more difficult. It's so much more difficult. It's so easy to have the value to bluff ratio there out of whack, basically. We have now extended the Black Friday sale to all products on bbcpoker.com with some minor exceptions like the BBC seminars where there's already way too much value being delivered at this price. But the vast majority of products on bbcpoker.com are now available on sale. You can check out some of the favorites like the Ape Styles bundle, like the BBC bundle, like the Cash Game bundles. Everything is going to be available for you guys at 20% off. Head over to bbcpoker.com right now and take full advantage. So we flatted the big blind with pocket fives. And check call the flop. It's a pretty interesting turn. I don't think that the 3 necessarily allows for leading. I think I probably need the turn to be like a 6, 5, 9, 4. But I don't really care. I think it's gonna work out. I think that like the type of turn that I get to lead is like a 4, 5 and a 6. I think covering my opponent though, there's 14 players left. I think covering my opponent, I get to lead whenever not whenever the fuck I want, but in situations where it's like relatively close to 0, leading ends up being really fucking good. So I do think that ICM adjusted leading there is like probably better than most people think it is. So I led. Well, I probably should have thought about leading here as well. I probably should have led here. This is probably a mistake. I probably can generate a little bit more EV by just betting myself. 80k is pretty big. I would fold 5-4 with of hearts probably, but I think folding 5-4 of clubs is not going to be great. I could be wrong. So this like large bet size on the flop is pretty fucking annoying, to be honest with you. It kind of feels like punty. Yeah, I mean, like, I would lead this turn if he'd bet smaller on the flop. But I think that leading the turn against the more polarized betting range, the polarized betting range is like relatively dense, like jacks, queens, especially ICM adjusted with 14 left. I don't think I should lead the 9 of diamonds turn here. I think it's really tempting to, but I think that bet size that's large on the flop in a multi-way pot, yeah. I'm not surprised this player can shove. Like, this player has a hand that's capable of shoving the turn. That speaks to why I don't think leading the turn is going to be good. So, here we go. That's a good flop. That's a good turn. That's a good river. Triple up. Well, kind of. Yeah, triple up. Nice. All right. I think this is just a call. I think 3-betting the offsuit ace highs is good, but I think you want to 3-bet the ones that don't play the flop very well. I don't think that's going to be ace 10. Basically, if I jam and he calls, he doesn't have ace 9. So that means that ace 10 and ace deuce are like the same hand. So I think that we just call with ace 10 and we jam ace deuce. So yeah, so like, I just let him play, and then at the end of the day, there's a volcanic eruption that happens, more or less. So in this situation, I do think this hand probably plays to bet a lot, but I don't think this board plays to bet a ton. Basically, I think I'm going to be like trying to navigate like relatively large fractions of my range to the river. I actually think the turn is like really interesting from both a bet and check perspective. ICM adjusted. I think the river's cool because I think that the river gets bluffed a lot by villain, and then I can raise. Like I'm going to raise because I think it gets thinly value bet by villain as well, and then I can raise the river extremely thinly. So we were going to be against bet. I was probably going to be jamming, which I think is like an interesting line to take. And again, I think in this, like in that particular scenario, it's like very important that I try to get a large fraction of my range to showdown, and if I can double check hands like that, I think it's quite nice. I guess I just jam. I can't imagine doing like basically anything else. I mean, I'm sure that a solver would tell me to 3-bet fucking no. This is a KO format too. A solver might tell me to 3-bet call in a non-KO format, but that just seems crazy in this format. I think we just jam. Okay, got to fade an ace. Got to fade a queen. Yes! Yes! Super fucking happy with that one. Get the double up. There we fucking go. Yes. Wow. So this can obviously be a trap. But I think that this flatting range just has to be wide. Why do I think this flatting range has to be wide? Like, by wide, I don't mean it has to be wide right this second. Like, it can include, obviously, kings. But what I mean by wide is, like, with this player having the stack that they had, I felt like this player had to flat. I feel like this player had to flat with, like, ace 2 offsuit against the 8 big blind jam. Like, ace 3 offsuit. King, queen offsuit. Like, king, queen could jam, but I didn't think this player would jam ace deuce. Maybe they would have jammed ace deuce. I mean, if this player would jam ace deuce, then my restart with ace 10 starts to become like pretty poor. Obviously that didn't work out. We jammed into the nuts and we didn't get there. We could have got there too, right? So you don't have to work 7 days a week hard, right? Like I've always worked 7 days a week, but I don't. But people interpret that because most people work 10 hours a day, right? Most people interpret. Wow, that's a good flop. Most people interpret working 7 days a week as like working 10 hours a day or 8 hours a day, 7 days a week. You don't have to do that. But like, is it really that fucking hard to watch some videos for 3 hours a day? So we could raise here with trips, but we don't raise here with the boats. So the boats just call. It's pretty easy actually in that regard. That's annoying because that's gonna kill my action. We really wanted to see like the king of diamonds turn, or yeah, king of diamonds would have been fun. Well, I think that like when I soak up the whole fucking board, it's probably not the greatest idea to bet, so we're gonna check. It's going to be hard to get called, I think, in that situation. I have a lot of 6s to offset. I have to bluff a lot. Oh, yeah, okay, this is a good call. Sorry. I was like, fuck, I got this, like, when I tell stories, I do stupid shit. Like, I stop paying attention to what I'm supposed to be doing. But yeah, I'm covering this player at the KO tournament. Like, this is a fine pre-flop call. Also, like, I start to rely on habits, right? And in chips, this is a fine call. On final tables, sometimes this call sucks. This sucks because he's going to barrel a lot here. It's like the best card in the deck, probably, from a frequency, like a turn c-bet percentage. There's just so many ace highs in this range that I'm jamming, so. Obviously he's gonna have ace king sometimes. That sucks. We tried. I think it's a good spot. I think it's like I do think it's like the highest frequency turn c-bet card, period. Like, it's like, I don't know if that should be right. Like, maybe an ace is supposed to be a higher turn c-bet because it interacts with his range better. But let's put it this way. It's the highest frequency turn c-bet card where he doesn't have to have the card, right? Like, he's going to hit the fucking ace really fucking hard. He's going to hit the king, like, kind of hard. He's going to hit it sometimes, but, like, not always. So, and the range is probably dense, bluff, the ace high region. Why is that? Which is, like, has total inability to call the turn when I jam. Because of the way the opening range is shaped. I mean, he's just opening a lot of ace highs. So, you know, we gambled. I figured he was going to bet call king queen. So, like, I figured if he had king queen, king jack, ace king, he's going to bet call. I think I was expecting the king x region to bet call. That sucks, because this guy's going to fold now with his fucking one big blind. And I'm going to have to fucking fade whatever this is. It's going to have outs, whatever it is. It's going to have outs. Obviously, I'm not fucking not jamming queens here. But I have to fade an ace now. Yes! Yes! You know, we got to fade an ace. We got to fade an ace. Oh, it's just so sick. Like, there's such a decent chance I'm dead against whatever this range is. I don't know. I think closing the action I have to fucking try. Do I have to try? 4 big blinds. I don't know. Maybe this might have been negative EV. I don't know. It's like, obviously I'm only here for this guy's fucking KO, right? I mean, I ran my 6-3 against his ace-5 for, you know, a bunch of dollars. Okay. I'm all in. I have 12 bigs. Obviously, we're hoping for folds. That's not good. This is also probably... Yeah, okay. Well, that's fine. We're flipping. I'll take a jack. I'll take a jack. Sad face. Alright, it's not the worst. We did fine. It's okay. We had a profitable day. Not, like, you know, really profitable. We wish it would have been more profitable. But we didn't lose money. So it's okay. It's alright. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate all of you for hanging out today. A lot. So thanks very much. I am going to be back streaming. So you guys can keep an eye out for me on the Twitch streets. I'm streaming 2 to 3 days a week. Maybe more. Maybe less. I don't know. But I'm going to try to stream it 2 to 3 days a week. It's possible I'm even come back tomorrow. So we'll see. Our Black Friday sale is now on. 20% off all products. Head to bbtpoker.com right now.